The Xingu River in Brazil's Amazon basin is on a collision course with the country's booming economy, threatening many of the indigenous people who live here.
A lot is going to change, and maybe we're going to be removed from this place we are at. I really think that sometime we're going to have to move from here.
In much of the Amazon, native people on their reserves are the only thing slowing down the rapid deforestation of the rainforest.
150 years ago, the tropical jungles made up 12% of the world, and today we have killed half of them. This is serious.
But Brazil is planning to build at least 20 dams in the Amazon by 2020, raising the risk of accelerating deforestation in the world's largest rainforest and damaging indigenous reserves. No project is more controversial than the massive Belo Monte hydroelectric dam, now under construction in the southern Amazon region.
The Belo Monte hydroelectric power plant is unlike any other in Brazil.
The project has been argued and fought over for 30 years. Tribal opposition to the dam boiled over in 2008, when a dam engineer was attacked at a public meeting. There are 24 different tribes living in the Xingu region where the dam is being built. Many are worried that the dam will damage their culture and destroy more rainforest.
Nowadays, where can you find nature if not in indigenous lands? The indigenous are those who protect and have always been protecting nature, and many other places you can't even find forest. There is nothing.
The best scientists in Brazil have warned the government against this. They say, let this go, because it will be an environmental disaster. It will be an apocalyptic disaster.
Catholic Bishop Erwin Krautler came to the Xingu region 46 years ago. Wary of the impact Belo Monte would have on neighboring indigenous tribes, Krautler met personally with Brazil's then president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, to ask for help.
We had big protests here. We had campaigns, meetings, consultations with the people, but the government closes itself to dialogue. I met with Lula twice, and he promised me the second time around that he was not going to allow the project to be shoved down someone's throat. None of the promises were met.
We are concerned of what we are doing. We are eliminating, mitigating, or compensating the impacts.
João Pimentel is the spokesman for Norte Energia, the consortium building the Belo Monte Dam.
In the beginning, Belo Monte was to have 6 dams upriver, and then it said, no, we are not going to have the 6 dams. This is going to have a huge impact.
Brazil faced energy shortages in 2001 and a massive blackout in 2009. Pimentel says the country has to generate more power to keep pace with the energy-hungry economy in cities like Sao Paulo, and he's proud of what's been accomplished so far.
83% of our energy mix is of hydropower. No other countries have that. It's a big country, and we have, with a large population, and we have everything clean energy.
While hydropower can be cleaner than coal or nuclear, Brazilian dams have a history of flooding large areas of Amazonian rainforest and displacing indigenous tribes. The Belo Monte Dam will dry out a 60-mile stretch of the Xingu River, a tributary of the Amazon, directly impacting the tribes who live there.
People from outside should see that we have a problem here, and we could use the help to show everybody what's happening to us. They say that Brazil is rich, but the Xikrin people here, we don't have anything.
Bakiri Kayapo is a chief in this Xikrin village. The village is half a day's journey by boat from the dam site, on this tributary of the Xingu, the Bacajá River. Their protected territory is an island of rainforest, surrounded on 2 sides by ranches, logging operations, and poachers.
Before Belo Monte, we had a great life. There weren't sick people and strangers around. It was much better for us to live. And there's a lot of people invading the Xikrin land.
The Xikrin are struggling to maintain their culture in the midst of the growing development that surrounds them. Even before sitting down for interviews, they insisted on applying their distinctive Xikrin tribal markings. Their biggest fear is that the dam will dry out their lifeline, the Bacajá River, and threaten their ability to stay on their reserve.
After the dam is built, it's going to affect our fishing, because the river is going to be drier, so there won't be much fish. It's going to affect the animals that come around to drink water, so it will affect our hunting as well. Everything is going to disappear. There won't be anything left.
João Pimentel says the Xikrin have nothing to worry about, even though an environmental study on the dam's impact on the Bacajá River has not been released.
We just flew over the Bacajá during the dry season, which was the beginning of December, at the end of the dry season, and the Bacajá will stay exactly the way it is during the dry season.
The government defends the thesis that the indigenous people will not be affected. It is a lie. The Indians will not have their village flooded, but instead will have their water cut off. Without water, they have no way to survive.
The Xingu's low flow during the dry season will be so low that there won't be enough water to turn any of the 18 turbines in the dam's main powerhouse. The efficiency of Belo Monte will be reduced to just 41%. That low efficiency rating and the high cost of the project has led many to question whether it makes economic sense.
Any credible scientist will tell you that they will build more than one dam. They will build 4 or 5, because it is not worth investing more than 30 billion reais into such a project and have it not function properly later on.
More dams to provide more water for Belo Monte's turbines would mean more flooding of the rainforest and more dislocation of indigenous people. But Pimentel says it won't happen.
There won't be no other dams. The Brazilian government passed a resolution some 2 or 3 years ago in which the only dam to be built in the Xingu River is Belo Monte.
I'm tired of hearing this. This is always what they say. They're no longer creative. They should make up another lie. If I'm your successor, I can revoke that resolution, and end of story.
Belo Monte will be the world's 3rd largest hydroelectric...
Critics of Brazil's massive hydroelectric projects in the Amazon region need to understand the dilemma Brazil faces, says Pimentel.
People want to have their cars, people want to have TV, they want to have their iPhones, their telecommunications. This is energy. We need energy.
But Brazil's quest for energy and the promise of progress has only increased what the Xikrin say is a direct threat to their culture and their ability to survive in the forest.
We don't want to lose so soon those trees, the river. We've been forgotten by everybody, from the government and from the people outside. We are alone in this fight, and we're fighting trying to stop the construction. But it's happening, no matter what.
This has been a production of the International Reporting Program at the University of British Columbia School of Journalism, in collaboration with the New York Times.